I want to talk a little bit about the culture of success. Many times, the leader is the one who is raising the bar of character. What I mean by that is your example and how you treat other people and how you conduct yourself begins to develop a culture of people who follow you, who listen to you, who band together with you, that you can enter into a group and be the person of highest moral compass, someone who has the highest standard and change the culture of the group. Even if you're not the so-called leader, you can start leading through a culture of honor. And what I mean by that is when someone starts to badmouth other people, that you turn it around and look for something positive to say about that person. Or if they're struggling with something and you see that they're an unhealthy team member or that they have dysfunction in their life, instead of pointing out the dysfunction, if you do join in the conversation at all, point out their possible woundedness or point out their possible weakness in a way that honors them, that says, they've been through a lot in their life and they may be having a hard time today, or they might be having to make some sort of excuse for them. And what that does is people realize that when they leave the room, that everyone's talking about them. And if you're the kind of person that only says positive things, even about your enemies, they can trust you. They honor you back in return for being a person of honor. So you develop a culture of honor by not bad-mouthing other people and always looking for an opportunity to lift other people up. The other thing is the culture of honor also exalts other people, that you stop talking about you, that even if you are the smartest guy in the room, that you benefit the brand or the conversation of other people by giving them voice. One of the worst things you can do is be the person who's always cutting other people off or adding to the conversation and not just being quiet and honoring or celebrating the things that people say. The people who are always trying to be the boss usually have the least amount of true spiritual and emotional value and input into the people's lives. The other thing that you can develop is a culture of learning by you celebrating the things that you're learning. Instead of teaching people or pushing people or rebuking people for not learning, you become a person that celebrates learning. And you talk about the things that you're learning with enthusiasm and with excitement. And you develop a culture of learning by inviting people into conversations and inviting people to seminars, inviting people to live events. And you start to develop a history with people, that they realize that if they want to know something, or if they want to celebrate some of their own learning, or if they want to get involved in learning, that they come to you, that they develop a relationship with you when they're ready to learn. And the last thing is enthusiasm. When someone asks you how you're doing, even if you're having a bad day, don't just say fine. Never use the word fine. Break out of the cultural norms and use enthusiasm. My favorite 3 words, pick 3. They don't have to be mine. A friend of mine says blessed and highly favored. I say amazing, wonderful, and terrific. It doesn't matter if I'm having the worst day that I've had in years. If someone asks me how I'm doing, I at least say I'm amazing, but most of the time I say I'm amazing, wonderful, and terrific. And it sets people off. It actually gets them to think about a reply and think about their relationship with you and think about their condition of life. And you being a person of influence by being enthusiastic. The very word means to be in theos, to be in God. And it was a biblical term used for the early disciples or the early apostles, as they were so excited about their creator that they said that they were in theos, enthusiasm. So take those things, stop bad-mouthing people, look for a positive turn, honor other people in conversation and events, become a person that celebrates learning, and be enthusiastic. That enthusiasm is a choice. You don't have to be happy to be enthusiastic. So I hope that helps you. See you on the next training.